Hello, and welcome back to Disney's Dreamlight Valley. I hope you are all doing very well out there. So, first of all, I think I should address my last Disney Dreamlight Valley video in terms of the rants that I had at the end of it. While it was not a very long one, I should say that I'm sorry for that, irrespective of whether it was long or short. Essentially, I was allowing emotions to get to me, and instead of professionally holding those back until I'd finished, I didn't. I chose to let it out on the last video. So I'm sorry for that. It's not the way I should be conducting myself, and as I've said previously in the last year or so when I had these issues, that it, something that I was working on to improve, and up until that point I'd done fairly well. So I really let myself down by doing that. But as some of you who may have watched know, 3 weeks ago I lost a very close friend that was quite dear to me. We'd been friends since we were both in nursery school, and basically, as I say, that was starting to get on top of me, plus some other issues that were happening behind closed doors at home, which led me to have issues with my epilepsy, for those of you that know that I have it. So I know I know that I probably lost a subscriber as a result of that. And if this person sees this, I hope that you come back, and I apologise for that. As again said to all of you for that, it was unprofessional. It's not something that I would have done at work, and it's certainly something I shouldn't be doing on here either. So what I did is yesterday I actually went out to get the last items that I needed, which was the crabs, and ironically it was actually just after it had been raining that I actually got them. So I don't know whether that's something to do with it, is whether you get the crabs after it's rained. I don't know. So that, I mean, something to look out for in your own game if you're you're having that. The other thing that I should address is also the matter of the Jafar bug. So on the very day that I actually mentioned it in the last video, the devs at Gameloft actually did a hotfix for it and fixed it. So hopefully, if you haven't seen any other content creators mention that, you're now hearing from me that they have fixed that level 8 questline bug that was there, that was preventing, or that people were losing it if they leveled up past that level. But what I tend to do, as you've noticed in my gameplay, is I like to level up each character at a time, come back to it, because I like to spread the joy of the game. And yes, despite what I said in the previous episode at the end, the last couple of days I've had a bit of fun with it. So I played it to remind me of what this was about, and also I took the breaks that I needed to, rather than play for it for a long period of time like I did on the day that I did on the last video. So I am looking forward to the next DLC, because there's a hint at the end of the Rift in Time video of what might be coming. So and also we're hoping that they might actually deal with the Skull Rock Islands as well before then. Well, anyway, as you can see from the site, from the quest line at the top, I got everything that was required to continue with Tiana's quest, and because I needed to do the daily quest for Remy to get the wrought iron, I don't want to go into the house because it will trigger Tiana's quest, so I thought the best thing to do is to deal with that first. So one thing I will show you is I've had a bit of a complete overhaul of the peaceful meadow. So over here we've got Tinkerbell's house, we've got the mushroom house just here, we've got this I can't remember what house it's called, I think it's the fairy house, but that's there as well, and I've moved fairy godmother back here as well. I actually like what I've done, and it's also an opportunity for me to be able to let the flowers just grow here without me needing to pick them unless I absolutely need them, which at the current moment in many cases I don't, because I have loads of flowers from the peaceful meadow. So also, while I think of it, I actually purchased the Goofy's Bayou stall skin. So what I'll do is I'll go over to it. So it's basically when you change it, it's just the same process that you do with the doors in the house. So you just go into, and this is what it looks like. I actually really like it, and I'm going to try and hopefully dedicate a lot of this to Tiana. So one side of it is like to the Tiana, and the other side will be, you know, to Rapunzel, Mother Gothel, and you know, depending on who else we get. I mean, we know we're getting Timon and Pumbaa. Anyway, so basically you just go on to it like that, press L1, and it gives you the option to change it to whichever you prefer. So as I say, just the same thing as the doors in the house. So I've also managed to level up Jafar to level 4. So let's go into here. So thinking about it now, I probably could, I mean, they all look so sorry that there's this standing there. It's like, wow, we've been here for 2 days. Right, okay, so let's talk to Tiana. Also, put me at ease knowing that I've given these items to her, because then I won't sell them or put them away. Here are all the ingredients.
I sure do appreciate this.
Wonderful. We're almost ready to eat. Are you hungry, Gordon? Well, I am now. Ravenous. After smelling the spices you brought out, you bet. I'm going to go with that because it's a bit more politer. I thought you might be. Next, everyone will work together to make the seafood boil. Then we can taste it and share what we feel about everyone's technique. Okay. It's ready. Give it a taste, Gordon. It's a bit of a shame we couldn't see them actually do it.
Bye now.
Right, so I've got to taste it. So they've actually just... So it's just the one, okay. So it doesn't give a lot of energy. Oh, I've just noticed that on the bottom you can use the X button to drag an item. Wow. That is new. So, you know, if you're on PlayStation, you can now use the X button to just drag the item to where you want it. That's amazing. It's almost like I'm using a PC. Right, so let's talk to Tiana. So, excuse me. Right, so how did you like the seafood boil? Each cook contributed something to the flavours. It was really tasty. Let me see if I can identify each villager's contribution. So, The weird punch I tasted with some of the veggies. Weird but good, like it's a soreness that makes all the other flavours pop. I noticed that too. It takes the fermentation to me, but how did he ferment things so quickly? I think that's just Mike's special skill. I think Anna is responsible for the way the potatoes were prepared. They're all cut in flat planks, but why? Well, Anna mentioned that she wanted folks to be able to make sandwiches out of the seafood boil using potato planks. Strange, given that the potatoes are still boiled, but an interesting attempt. Yeah, I did notice that she has a thing for sandwiches, but I could see where she's coming from. People actually do eat crisp sandwiches, or so I forget the terminology. You call them potato chips in America. We call them crisps over here. And before you ask in the comments why we call them crisps, it's because of the way they're done in the process, basically. But either way, we know what they are. They're just the same thing, but you know. Anyway, I think Christoph is responsible for the portion that's got served on a bed of ice shavings that got to be Christoph, right? He said that a chilled meal would be refreshing in the summer. You know what? I can't blame him. That does sound like an interesting idea, if non-traditional. See, that is quite... I can see where it's coming from there, because obviously you get iced... ice cold coffees, and obviously that I know that in some of the states in America you have iced tea, generally sweet iced tea, I think it is. So I can see where he was going with that. So overall, that was really tasty. But I could see how they're all still a little new to this. Compared to the food I've tried at your stall, they aren't there just yet. With a few more lessons, they will be. The next step is for them to make their own individual meals. Then they'll be able to pick the winner. Cool. What does the winner get?
Swell.
I'll advertise the dish at my stall, but for that I'll need some help. Could you build me a sandwich board?
Oh.
And we'll need the chalk too. You can make some from scratch with eggshells and flour. Yeah, I thought, but then having said that, I think in times of when it's times of because obviously in 1929 they had the massive stock market crashes. So in times of need for money, then I suppose you go to what's it? But I'm pretty sure I've actually heard eggshells used in some way before. So okay, well that'll be fun to craft. I'll be back in a flash.
So long.
So I take it that I'll have the eggshells and that already. Thankfully I've got a it's just I think that's probably more than likely I'll be able to put that outside her restaurant once I don't need it for the quest. Right, okay, so there we go. There you go, one blank sandwich board. You're just in time. The dishes are hot and ready to be tested. Awesome. What's on the menu? Well, Mike made some okra soup. I think I've already done that. Anna worked hard on her fish corral. And Christoph has some beignets. I do apologise if I've said that incorrectly. Waiting for you. Oh, They all sound great, don't they?
Of course.
But before you dig in, should we take a photograph of each dish? Let me put them out. There, we can just taste the meals and decide on a winner. I'll make sure your photograph gets used to advertise the winning dish.
So long.
So we just got to take a photo. I should say, come over here, Tiana. Right, sorry, Mike and... Right, okay. Pick up the meals from the table. And have a taste of each one. So that's Christoph's. Looks like I'm headbutting the table. It's going to be difficult to choose a winner here. Hopefully they'll... right, so listen to Tiana. Well, okra soup should be gently simmered to bring out all the delicate flavours. Yes, I can smell them already. What about the fish corral? That's all about the cooking time. It's so easy to overcook fish. Don't I know it? And beignets? They need to be light and fluffy so the sweetness isn't too much. Right, so talk to each contestant to give them their feedback on their culinary expertise.
Hey, you're here.
That's amazing. It smells wonderful. I know, right? I almost sent my head spinning when I took a sniff. Which spices did you use? All of them. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. If some of the spices make it good, then more of the spices will make it great, right? Well, it still tasted pretty good for having every single spice in it. Yes, I'm so glad you liked it. Well, I think I need to consider the best dish now. While you do that, I'll ask Tiana to teach me about New Orleans sandwiches. She said there were some special ones that are famous there. That's a great idea. Thanks for sharing your dish, Anna.
Remember, I believe in you.
Right, okay.
Hello.
Hey, Christoph, what can you tell me about your beignets? They were surprisingly cold in the centre. Well, you know me, I'm all about ice, and iced cream is the tastiest form of ice.
Right.
I wanted to see if I could combine them. You never heard of a baked Alaska before? No? Well, I'm definitely impressed, and I'm sure Anna will be too. Keep up the good work.
So long.
Right, so can you just move over there so I can speak to Mike?
You're here.
Right, here to congratulate me on my winning dish, I presume.
Yes.
Well, I gracefully accept. I'd like to thank my Shamoose Poo for my internal inspiration and Tiana for her excellent guidance, even if I didn't need it. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I haven't decided on a winner yet. You haven't? What was some of the inspiration behind your variation of the okra soup? Just some good old Monstropolis spice mixes. Kicks it up a little, gives that nice tang, and says, I've been marinating in the sun for 3 weeks. That's something. Still not too bad.
You've been a terrific audience.
Right, talk to Tiana about the contestants. I'm kind of leaning towards Anna here. Ready to pick a winner? I think so. Each of the dishes were tasty and interesting, but if I had to pick the one that stood out, I'd pick... I'm going to go with Anna's fish corral, to be honest. All right, tell me what stood out to you about that dish. Anna may have gone overboard with the spices, but I was surprised at how well balanced the final dish was and how her fish was cooked perfectly. That's what makes cooking so fun. I was surprised at the final flavour of each dish too. Sometimes you take chances and all of it works out. Why don't you go tell the winner now? And and here's a sandwich board with Anna's winning dish on it. Sure, I'll put the board in front of your restaurant once I've spoken with the winner.
Bye now.
Yeah, I had to go. I mean, I don't eat spicy foods so much these days, but I do, when I can, love a good spicy food. Not sure about something that's meant to be fluffy, having ice in it.
Hi.
Anna, I have some news for you. You won Tiana's cooking contest. I did? I really won? That's incredible. You sound kind of surprised. Well, it smelled so great in the kitchen, I was sure Mike and Christoph had it. I was just happy to be learning about new food from such creative cooks. Well, this must come as a surprise, nice surprise then. Your fish corral had a perfectly complex and balanced flavour. Yay! Oh, I wonder what I could make next. Something with chocolate, definitely. Why don't you head on over to Tiana's with me? That's where you can see your winning dish advertised.
Thank you so much.
Right, so I'll come back to oh, it's raining. It's like we have a storm as well. Right. Okay, so I'll put it here. Right, where is... Oh, it says head near. I had to wait for Tiana to come here. Okay, hopefully she'll be there by the time I get out. Well, I am here, but where are they? Right, so there's Anna. So I've just got to wait for Tiana. Where is Tiana? Oh, she's on her way. Right, so I've leveled Jafar up to his level 4 quest. So we'll start Jafar's level 4 quest. And hopefully we might get to complete it if we do it in time. I haven't had to... I'm going to say that I haven't had a lot to buy in Scrooge's shop while we're waiting. I think because I've literally got everything as I've gone along. It's like a lot of what I'm getting is items that maybe not had... Congratulations, Anna. Thank you. I have to tell you, I wasn't expecting to win. Oh, did you just want to learn about some different foods? Yes, and I heard that there are some special New Orleans sandwiches. Some delicious ones. There's the P-boy and muffaletta. Okay, we need to hang out more.
Excuse me, could we talk?
Okay. Well, I think that wraps up your contest. How are you feeling? Well, I could do with a tall glass of iced tea. Oh. But I'm pleased as punch. It was so nice to see other villagers connect with some of our favourite New Orleans dishes. and there's a lot to love there,
Aren't
more than you can
dazzler?
imagine. So what's the plan now? Well, I want to write down some new notes about the whole contest, just a few ideas in case I want to do this again. But before that, I'm going to have a little fun. Excellent. What will you do? Oh, I want to go sailing with Moana, do some tastings with Remy, and go spend time with little Louie. And after that, well, just say I want to bring a classic New Orleans tradition to the valley. Ooh, exciting. Thanks again, Gordon. Right, so... I've got to get her up to level 10. So the next, it'll be Daisy, Stitch, Minnie Mouse. Okay. Right, okay, I don't know if I can get round here. Right, there we go. Let's put that back and we'll go and find Jafar, who was actually in Scrooge's shop the last time. Oh, he may have moved on since then. Right, so Mike is in... It's very possible he's back at his palace. That's where I found him the last time. Right, well, before we do that, let's see what Remy's daily task is, wherever he is. Oh, so I've actually, while I think of it, I've actually updated. So this, obviously, this is the current event, and I don't. I did the submission for this after the previous video, and I actually was quite pleased with what I did. What I did was I went. I can show you first. So what I did is I went with my sister's avatar, used her avatar for this, and I thought let's just because I discovered that you can actually stop hanging out with the actual character, and they will stay in the room with you, and they will do their animations that they do in the game. So I did that with Mirabelle, as you can see here, and I waited for quite a while to get the perfect shot with her, and it just so happened she just come right in front, and just as I jumped up in the animation jump up that you get as part of the new update recently, Mirabelle was doing this, so I got the picture and I really love it. I'm hoping that it's not too much, but I'm going to put it on the Dreamers portal. So if you're not part of the YouTube creator MrStarinSky's Dreamers portal, I do have the link in the description for that. It's a place where you can go and add your submissions that you do, and I know from what he said recently that he's intending to do add some new features where you can actually vote for your favorite submissions on there, but and I don't, just so you know, I don't think there's going to be any prizes because he didn't mention anything about that. Yes, so this is the submission. I'm really pleased with this because I've been able to do something that I've learned before, and I think this is hopefully going to get an amazing reaction. And that, so obviously now I believe from this update 12, I think it's from this update, and I don't know when it kicks in. It may well have done already, but obviously now it's going to be cross-platform voting now. So it means that PlayStation is now part of all the platform voting, so it means that whatever you're using, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, or anything, anything that you're using, you can now vote for anyone's actual picture, and that. So, speaking of which, I haven't actually done any voting yet this week. So the current one is, actually, I'm going to do this afterwards because I don't want to do this and get into trouble by any of the people that have put these up. So I will do that. Alright, let's... I'm guessing I've got another letter from Tiana. Right, okay. I still don't know how he got those vegetables to ferment for the seafood boil, and I can't put my finger on the special ingredients he added to his okra soup. Think I'll check with Remy to see if he has any ideas. So I don't know if that means she thinks that Remy should have, Mike should have won that, but I'm happy with who I chose, to be honest. Right, so I think I'm going to have to go to Eternity Isle, because it looks like Jafar's gone back to his palace over there. So let's... Oh, hang on. Oh no, that was Beast. Right, so you'll be pleased to know that I got over this thing with the little red dot being there all the time. So for those who don't know, I had this thing about it, and there was a point where it just wouldn't go away at all, or at all. So what I did was I just pretended it wasn't there, and basically I managed to get over it. So right, I think I'm going to have to go into the palace. Right, so the thing is, yesterday I went all the way up and then I couldn't find him, and then went out and he was standing there. It's not going to work this time by the looks of it. Maybe he is actually in there this time. So it doesn't actually show whether he's in there or not, like it does all the other characters. I don't want to get all the way in there, just only to find the birds there. Do you know what? I could have just done this. Yeah, so again, all that way. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. It's because I looked round. I thought somebody just come in to speak to me. I hope this is something that they'll remove. Oh, there he is, look. Right, Jafar, let us talk, shall we?
Finally! I've been waiting an eternity.
Right, okay, so this valley is not quite the jewel that Agrabah is, but perhaps with time and my assistance, the alchemical revolution start quest. Right, Jafar, you wanted to see me. Indeed, an exciting development has occurred that I wish to share with you, Gordon. Sure. Are you familiar with alchemy? I am a little. Good, then I shall not need to educate you on the topic. I have been expanding my research, and I believe that I have uncovered the alchemical secret. How exciting! What is it? If I am correct, I will be able to craft the famed gilded stones. Okay, the what? The gilded stone, an alchemical tool that allows one to turn base metals into gold. Well, that would save a lot of pumpkin farming. Of course, you would have... I just realised that the devs are trolling us there, aren't they? They must know that we do a lot of pumpkin farming out here. Of course, you would have such a pedestrian aims. Salt of the earth I am. If you wish to aid me in this, we will require iron dusts. Should we succeed, it will enrich not only yourself, but the entire valley. The ore is easy enough to find, but I require greater tools to reduce it to dust necessary for my first alchemical experiment. But I do apologise if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. It's not a word that I come across very often. Transforming that dust into gold, understanding the process will give us more information about how to craft the stone. Let me touch base with Eve. Maybe her laser could reduce the ore down to dust like you need. The flying automaton has such abilities. Fascinating. Alright, I'll be back soon enough with some iron dust.
Speak again. Soon.
Right, okay, so I think I have some that I can just get from the peaceful meadow. Go. So I need 3. Right, okay, so is she here before? Well, actually, I do need to speak to Remy while I'm here. So let me go and do that, and then... Oh! Sorry for that jump. I think that was just a game. Right, is Remy here, or is he doing, going to do what everybody else does, the disappearing act as soon as you go in the house? Yes, he's done a disappearing act. Right, well there's Eve, so let's go to speak to Eve. Hey Eve, could you help me with something? Directive. Jafar and I are exploring the alchemical sciences. Gasp. I know. I'm keeping a close eye on him, don't worry. So I was wondering, could you make use of your laser real quick? I've got some iron ore that I'm trying to reduce to dust. It's to make golds that can help the valley. Ooh. Certified digital beeps. Ooh, interesting. Wow, great job. Thanks, Eve. Directive. So I really need to see the Wally movie again. Because I don't remember Eve very much. Right, so my guess is he's at the he's on Eternity Isle. Oh no, he's here. valley's not quite the jewel that Agrabah is, but perhaps with time and assistance. Excellent. The automaton's laser has proven its worth.
Reconvene later.
Right, so I've got to go back to the other island anyway. And meet him in his laboratory. Which probably means I'm going to be doing the work while he stands there and watches. I love the fact that the Lion King music was still playing even though I'm on another island. Oh, he's standing outside. Yes? Right, let's just... once I had real influence, I was the power behind the throne. Now everything else seems monumentally inadequate. I can appreciate that being difficult. I appreciate your understanding, yet you remain an obstacle in to my plans. I suppose the reason I agreed with him on that front is because obviously you've got Scar and others that, you know, want to rule. And obviously our character is oh, here he is. Right, I've got the iron dust. Excellent. We may now progress. I have prepared all we shall require. Behold, Gordon. With the correct materials, alchemy is simple, merely the combination of various elements. Combine your alchemical resources into the cauldron and we shall have our gold. Great, I'll give it a shot. Right, so which cauldron is he talking about? This one? So we have to essentially cook it. Oh, that's another.
Finally, I've been waiting an eternity.
I made some gold. Check it out. I see. Pretty cool, huh? That is one perspective. Personally, I find the pitiful yield of gold rendered from the process unsatisfactory. Yeah, it is kind of tiny. Where did we go wrong? According to my calculations, we should have gained 1-to-1 yield. If that is incorrect, this does not bode well for making the stone. Maybe alchemy works differently in Dreamlight Valley. I am impressed, Gordon. That is quite a well-reasoned suggestion. Why, thank you. You are most welcome. Dreamlight alchemy. Now that is an interesting proposition, but it does somewhat invalidate my prior research if we want to make the gilded stone. We shall need more information, but from whom? Well, you're not the only one interested in potions and alchemy here. Oh, do go on. This Merlin. Jack Skellington is an amateur alchemist, as well as Ursula. Regularly works with potions, and the fairy godmother is something of an expert on the magic here. What if I go and get some advice from them? Well, that would be most appreciated. In the meantime, I will test the hypothesis I have recently formed. Cool. Talk to you soon.
Until we meet again.
So that's interesting that you actually use other characters other than Merlin. Because Merlin seems to be generally the person we go to in terms of this kind of matter. Right, okay, so, well, Jack Skellington is just down here.
You there! We must speak immediately.
Hi, Jack. How's the scientific research going? Brilliantly. I'm very close to isolating the essence of Easter chocolate. Cool. Think I could get some advice from you? I'm helping Jafar with some alchemy, and well, it seems like things function differently in Dreamlight Valley. Of course, I ran into the exact same issue. I had to redo all my prior experiments. Think you could share some of that discoveries you've made to point us in the right direction? Well, I've come to the conclusion that the valley has a number of essences at the heart of its magic. How fascinating. Indeed, I hypothesize that there are dozens of essences. However, I've only managed to explore one of them. The essence of wonder is most interesting and very relevant to my work. Cool, so maybe Jafar and I should try to work on that one too. How do you isolate it? Sadly, I have never been able to. Though I do know that one of the components is the minor essence of excitement. Perhaps if you try, you'll have better luck. Here, take this holiday seed. If you plant it, it will grow into a special tree. Okay. Then you and Jafar should be able to extract the essence of excitement from that. Perfect. Thanks, Jack. Why don't we take this? Wouldn't want you to forget. Okay. So it's actually written down.
There's work to be done.
Right, there's Remy. Let me speak to Remy about... I won't do it right now, but where is he?
Hey, it's you!
Bonjour, bon appetit, Scar, start quest. Gordon, we've got another special delivery order, and this one is it's high stakes. Scar sent me a message that he requires food, and you know how he gets when he's hungry. I think our best bet is to make some really filling dishes for Scar. Maybe a variety of seafood meals. Can you help? Let's just say I'm pretty motivated to keep Scar happy, so I don't end up in the next on his menu. Let's do it.
You're always welcome at my restaurant.
Right, so I don't think I'm going to get to finish this in this episode. I hopefully will at least be able to speak to all people necessary. Ursula? Hey Ursula, do you have a moment to talk potions? With you, Angelfish? Of course. Now, is this a general question about potions, or are you finally coming to me as a customer? The former. I'm helping Jafar with some alchemy, and we're running into trouble. Formulas he's used back in Agrabah don't seem to work here. Think you could give us some advice? Well, normally I don't give information away for free, but I love the idea of Jafar owing me a favour. Can you tell me anything about the essences here? Certainly. First, do you understand the distinction between major and minor essences? I could use a refresher. Oh, that's simple really. A major essence is comprised of 3 minor essences mixed together. But which 3 to mix, that's the tricky part. Recently, I've been working on one particular essence, the major essence of will. Oh, do you have any that we can use? Afraid not, dearie. I've managed to extract one of the minor essences that make it up, but that's as far as I've gotten. Can you tell me how I find or make some? You'll have to extract it from something that embodies willpower and self-sufficiency. Last time I made some, I found a stone at the bottom of some quicksand in the glittering dunes. It was so perfectly smooth it must have been tumbling away, polishing itself all for centuries. Find one of those and it should be easy enough to refine it into the minor essence of patience. Thanks, Ursula, sorry. I'll go and find one now. Ta-ta, dearie. Don't forget to tell Jafar about the favour he owes me. And here, take this little note in case what I told you slips your mind.
Look at all these poor unfortunate souls.
Right, so fairy godmother. Of course, now that I've moved her house back to Oh, she's standing in the quicksand.
We really must talk, and quickly.
Fairy Godmother, do you possibly have an moment to give me a hand or with something? Why, of course, my dear. Perfect. Jafar and I were hoping to get a bit of help with an alchemical project that we're undertaking. Jafar, oh my, isn't he rather villainous? Trust me, I'm watching him like a hawk. Oh well, if you have your eye on the situation, then I'm sure all will turn out just fine. Now, how can I help? I'm trying to get a hold of the various essences around here. Can you share any info on that might help? Why, I'd be delighted. I'm certainly no alchemist, but I know a little of the magic here. Shall I first explain the difference between major and minor essences? I'm good. It's been explained already. Wonderful. Oh, do you know which ones I might need to help out with the alchemy? I suppose you'll need the major essence of wishes, though I've never been able to extract that myself. But if you're as clever as I know you to be, you might have better luck. I do believe the one component of the major essence of wishes is the minor essence of fantasy. If you can find an object filled with wish magic, you should be able to extract the minor essence of fantasy from it. Oh, I recently saw a charmed book flitting about Ancient's Landing. If you can catch it, I'm sure you can do the extraction without a bit of trouble. Oh, that's perfect. Just what I need. Thanks. I almost forgot, Gordon. Has anyone told you about the emotive essence? Oh no, what are those? Well, they're rather elusive essences, you see. They can't be refined from any item or resources. You must perform actions to call them forth from Dreamlight itself. The essence of benevolence and the essence of wisdom are the most common, but those could be more, or there could be more. Oh cool, thanks for the info. I'm always happy to help, my dear. Now, why don't you take this, and I might be useful to reference to it later. Thank you.
Off you go. Bippity boppity boo.
Right, fish ancient sand, polished stone in the borderlands. Grow a mini holiday tree using Jack Skellington's holiday seeds. And catch the flying book on Ancient's Landing. So, it could be anywhere here. Right, so as I've got to plant Jack's tree, I mean, it doesn't say where I need to do it, so what I think I might do is plant it and then come back in the next episode. Yep, so I think that's what I'll do is I'll go and hello beast. So yeah, I'll plant the tree because I don't know how long that will take, and what I'll do is once that's ready I will come back with another episode. And what I'll do is I'll actually find the book as well, because as I say, it could be literally anywhere here. As it's in a wide area. Right, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I think I'll plant the tree probably on out there on the docks. But until the next episode.
Oh, well, Hakuna Matata.
Do you know what I could have done with that advice the other day? And thank you for reminding me of it, Simba. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. As I say, I'll catch the book before the next episode. I will grow the mini holiday tree, as well, and I will do fish for the actual stone as well.
This place is no Paris, but I can work with it.
And I'll get that all done before the next episode, and I'll also try and level up both Tiana and Jafar for their next levels as well before then, so that we've got some more quests to do in that episode as well. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed this more relaxed episode. And if you are not subscribed, please subscribe, and just hit that notification bell if you want to get any notifications. And I'll hope that you'll enjoy your weekend, as it's now the weekend that's coming up. And all that's left to say is happy gaming, everybody. Till the next one, goodbye for now.